Good morning children. Welcome back to Social Studies tutorial. I hope you all are well at home. So students, we are going to learn the executive. In our last session, we have learned that what the government is. A government is a body that administer or govern a political unit like country or a state. So the government of India works at three levels: the central, state and the local government. In your previous grades, as I told you in your last session, that already we have learned about the local government, that is Panchayati Raj. So in this grade we are going to learn about the state government, and we have learnt about the legislature, which was consisting of two houses, the Vidhan Parishad and the Vidhan Sabha. The Vidhan Parishad was the upper house, whereas the Vidhan Sabha was the lower house. We have already learnt about that what exactly the qualifications for those MLAs and how it works. So in today's session we are going to learn about the executive, that consists of the governor, chief minister and the council of ministers. So let's learn that what a governor is. Governor is the constitutional head of a state who is appointed by the president with the advice of prime minister. So normally the tenure of a governor is of 5 years, but the president has the power to. So now let's talk about the qualifications of a governor, that who can become a governor. So to become a governor, the person must be a citizen of India. That is the first qualification that a person has to meet with, and he or she has attained an age of 35 years and should not have been convicted in a court of law and should be of sound minded. Then the person can become a governor. Now let's talk about the powers of a governor. Though a governor is only the constitutional head of a state, he or she does not have any actual right in the running of the government. But the governor appoints the leader of the party that gets maximum seats in the assembly as the chief minister. So on the advice of the chief minister, the governor appoints the council of ministers. Now you can see that what exactly the governor does. So with the advice of chief minister, the governor appoints the council of ministers, certain high officials, and the governor convenes or prorogues the assembly session. On the opening day, the governor addresses the joint session of the legislature to brief them about the policies of the government, that what the government policies has framed out. So the judicial power of the governor includes reducing judicial punishments. That the governor has the power to reduce the judicial punishments and has discretionary powers like recommending president's rule in the state. What the president rule is? President rule is imposed in a state when no political party has majority support in the assembly, or if the ruling party is dismissed from the government for mismanaging the state. So students, as we have already talked in our last session, that though there are the majority of the political parties, like a single party gets the majority there of the seats, but in case if a political party does not have the majority support in the assembly, then the governor has the power to regulate the president's rule. Now let's talk about the second one, that is chief minister. So who is the chief minister? The leader of the party. The leader of the party that wins the majority in the assembly is appointed as the chief minister by the governor. Now you can have a look at this, that the governor is appointed by the president with the advice of prime minister, whereas the chief minister is appointed by the governor. So the chief minister is then invited by the governor to form the new ministry, and the chief minister selects the ministers from among his or her colleagues in the legislature, and afterwards these ministers form the council of ministers or the state cabinet. So just after like the appointment of the chief minister, there is an existence of the council of ministers. So the council of ministers is the executive body of the state and carries out the day-to-day administration of the state. Day-to-day administration of the state. So it advises the governor on important issues and takes all policy decisions. This council of ministers is answerable to the legislative house and remains in office as long as it has the support of the majority. The chief minister allocates portfolios or departments. Here we are talking about the allocation of portfolios or departments. So who allocates the portfolios or departments to the ministers? Chief minister. And the senior ministers are given the more important portfolios like home and finance. So these senior ministers form the cabinet and most of the important decisions regarding the running of the government are taken by the chief minister and the cabinet members. Students, these were the consisting of the executive, governor, chief minister and council of ministers. I hope you enjoyed the session. We'll start the judiciary in the next session. Till the time, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.